Good morning, stackers. Here are the 9 silver stocks that I am currently in or watching. Let's take a look at those charts with me, Joe Main, brought to you by Perth Bullion Exchange, perthbullion.com.au, Mastering the Markets, masteringthemarkets.com, and the Silver Investor Club, my private silver investor club, which you should be joining because we do exclusive silver bullion deals. You get a like-minded community of silver investors, silver giveaways, live stream hangouts, much more. I'll put a link below. Here is the silver spot price. Just want to show you that very quickly. On the monthly time frame price in USD, $40.90 just showing you the quick overview of where silver spot is going, okay, for sure, barring black swan events that you can't see, okay. The 45-year cup and handle formation, which will eventually, we don't know exactly when, but it will break the previous all-time high, 1980 right there, 2011, $50 as well, so double top there. Since 2011, it's been in this handle formation. It will break $50. The only asset in the world that has never beaten its 1980 price. What does that tell you? Okay, so it will break eventually. We will be going to triple-digit silver later on down the track in the years to come. Okay, so that's just the brief overview of silver spot. And silver miners, okay, have a good period of outperforming the silver spot price. So if you're a silver investor and you buy physical silver, which I do, just hold on to the physical. But if you think you might want to play the silver miners as well, you could look at the SIL. So this is the large cap, right? So you can see it's very much breaking out at the moment. Hasn't even broken its all-time high. I'm very bullish on that on the long term. And the first one I'll actually show you that I'm currently in is an ETF rather than an individual stock. I'll show you that one first. I'm in the SILJ. So this is the stock I'm in, the first stock that I'm in. It's the Silver Junior Miners Index. Okay, so the SILJ, it's listed on the New York Stock Exchange. Why am I in the Silver Junior Miners versus, say, just the SIL? Because it has more upside potential. It also has more risk attached to it. So, you know, do your own due diligence. But I'm very bullish on the SILJ in particular. Okay, so here it is on the monthly time frame. It's priced in USD. It's $19.19. It's just broken out of a long-term, very long-term downtrend line right here. It's broken out. You might have a retest. So bear in mind, number go up, number go down. But you may have a retest at some point, but then this will break, in my humble opinion. Okay, and what this is obviously is if you don't want to buy individual silver mining stocks and the smaller cap ones, because you do take a much more risk when you're buying the small cap silver junior miners, then you buy the SILJ, so it's an index of those. So as general junior silver miners go up, this will go up with it. Makes sense? Cool. It's like a basket of, hence an index. And it's going to break. Okay, where do I think it could break up to? Where's a high point? No one knows because you're in price discovery, but it's going to be much higher than where we are at the moment, barring black swan events. If you want to do a little bit of, we can just do a quick little bit of Fibonacci if you like, and it's taking it from this high and this low. I think an area might be later on down the track. Here at the 1.618 Fibonacci extension from this high and this low, I tend to favor the 1.618 extension from key Fibonacci highs and lows. Doesn't always get there, but it's just an area to watch out for. And that's at 60 US dollars. So we're talking, yeah, pretty nice kind of move. Am I saying 100% it's going to there? No. But that's just an area to watch out for. That's a 220% move. You know, from here over the longer term. Okay, so watch out for that, the SILJ. That would be the safest one to be in if you don't want to do individual miners. Now, let's talk about individual miners. And here are the ones that I'm currently in. Then I'll do the ones that I'm watching, and I'm giving you a bonus at the end. It's actually not silver related. It's not silver specific, but it is related. Let me show you the first individual silver miner that I'm in. We are looking at AG. This is again listed on the New York Stock Exchange. It is First Majestic Silver Corp. It's one of the big boys, okay? So if you're getting into silver miners, AG would definitely be one to at least have in your portfolio. Of course, you got to watch the prices. Is it overvalued or undervalued, etc.? And I'll tell you the market cap we're looking. Yeah, I mean it's $4.5 billion market cap. It's the big boy. Okay, so definitely worth, I would suggest, being in. It does pay a dividend yield, but very, very small. So don't get in it for the dividends. Generally, in stocks, you shouldn't be getting into a stock because of its dividend, even if it pays a high one. You get in it because it's at a very undervalued area, and then it just also happens to pay a dividend, which is like, bonus, right? So this is, First Majestic Silver Corp, you can't see what I'm reading here, engages in the production, development, exploration, and acquisition of mineral properties. It owns and operates producing mines. So it's a producing stock. Okay, so it owns mines that are currently producing versus an exploration company that doesn't have a producing mine yet. Okay, and they tend to be the smaller caps. We'll get to those in a second. This is one of the large ones. It owns and operates producing mines in Mexico, including blah, 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 blah. Okay, don't need to know all the specifics. Founded in 1979. So it's the big boy. Okay, you can see pretty clearly this is the chart only goes back to 2007, but it's been in a very long accumulation range. So it was as high as $27. It was as low as $2.40 back in 2015. Can you imagine, man? And we're at $9.15 right now. Everything I'm mentioning here, I'm very bullish on. I think will be much higher. I think every individual silver stock that I'm mentioning here will break its previous all-time high. That's my opinion in this current silver run. When silver goes again, $50, $100 silver spot, that is. So we're over some key areas here, which is good to see. All right. If I bet you this will probably line up from this high and this low. Are we lining up with any areas? Yes, we are. There we go, right there. So we are through. Let me move this out of the way. I'll take this actually up to here and here. So we are currently in the zag zone at the moment. So it's not, you got to just be careful. All right, it's looking very good. I do think it will go much, much higher and break the all-time high, but we're just in the zag zone at the moment. What is that? It is the expected resistance range from a clear high and a clear low, and we're not out of the woods just yet. It's at about $10.50, but I'm bullish on it, so I think it will break. What you can see very clearly, though, you see this support zone right here. We've broken out of there. Maybe we've had a little bit of a test on the monthly time frame. If we go to the weekly, you can see probably that we've had that breakout and the retest. So look, the short answer is I'm very bullish on it. Where could it go as high as? Look, I'll show you the 1.618. Doesn't mean it's getting here, okay? But the 1.618 is at around about $117. I mean, bare minimum, I think we're going to match the previous all-time high. That's at roughly $27.30. Watch out for there, 117. That would be a big area to watch out for. Definitely not saying it's getting there, okay? But that would be a big level where many people will go, it's at the 1.618 Fibonacci extension from this high and this low. Yeah, okay, take some profits. And you should be taking profits along the way. If you're a silver investor, when you reach major points, that is AG, the big boy. I am in it. The next one I am currently in is a smaller cap. Now, this is Aeris Resources Limited, listed on the Australian Stock Exchange. Most of the stocks that I am currently in for silver are on the Australian Stock Exchange. There's a couple, I have on the New York Stock Exchange, like the Silver Junior Miners. This is AIS, okay? It is a market cap of about 290 billion, okay? So it's kind of like your mid-cap kind of thing here. Let me quickly explain a little bit about it. Aeris Resources Limited engages in the production, exploration, and sale of copper, gold, and silver, so copper and gold as well. The company operates through the following segments, blah, blah, blah. The company was founded in 2010. Do your own research, okay? But from a technical perspective, it's looking very juicy for me. So I'm in just recently when this one of my newest acquisitions of silver stocks on the monthly time frame. You can see we've had a high here, and then we're talking back in April of 2011. Now, take note here. What was going on in April of 2011? That was the peak of silver spot price at roughly $50 back then. And that's when this share price was 40 Australian dollars. Okay. Since then, massive consolidation. 40 all the way down to like 10, 11 cents. Okay, since then we've had a trading range basically between roughly 11 cents and about $1.50. So that's a decent range in between. Okay, now you can definitely see, I'll just show you, you've got an area of definite bottoming out here. This is what is known as a liquidity grab. Okay, so you've got a clear area, and this is why I'm in it and why many people believe, particularly the wonderful people over at Mastering the Markets, of which I'm doing their 12-month year-long comprehensive trading course at the moment. I'm in like week 8 or 9. They talk about liquidity bottoms. Okay, so you can see this very clear bottom here at about 13.5 cents. Then it came back to test it. Tested it once, a couple of times here, came back to test it here, another big move, and then finally it broke, but it didn't spend much time down there. Now, why is that? Okay, that's actually incredibly bullish. We came down here, didn't spend much time down here, and that is what is known as, generally called, a liquidity grab, where it's grabbing people's stop losses, traders' stop losses. So a lot of people went long here, maybe a whole bunch of people went long here on leveraged plays, for example. And where are their stop losses going to be? Because you don't want to hold something forever. If it breaks a key level, even if you're just buying in spot with spot price, you're not buying on leverage, right? Maybe all these people here went, I'm buying a bargain, I'm an absolute genius, and they go, uh-oh, it's back down here. Well, I don't want to start losing money. I'm going to have to get out at some point because I don't know, this thing could absolutely tank. So they put a stop loss to stop their loss. Where is that going to be put? Roughly around this general area here. So what stocks and all assets tend to love to do is fake people out here, grab their stop losses and go, thank you, that's nice little liquidity for me, and then it fakes them out to shake them out, and then it shakes them out. So from there, we've had beautiful bullish divergence as well. So that means where during this liquidity grab event, now this took a bit of time. This was weeks and weeks and weeks in the making. This is like over a couple of months, right? But again, stocks, go, run slower, okay, rather than crypto, right? So you have, during this liquidity grab event, you have beautiful bullish divergence. That means where you're making a lower low, okay, but then you're making an equal or higher low on the relative strength index, the momentum indicator. You can see very clearly here, right there, during that liquidity grab, which fakes people out to shake them out, you also have bullish divergence, lower low, higher low on the relative strength index as well. That was setting up for a nice move. We had that great move back up to about 34 cents, and since then, and here's the kicker, it since then bounced perfectly off that normal support line. So then you go, okay, we came down here, we don't know what this is, right? So you come back here, you go, why is that there? I don't want that there. You see that and you go, okay, we've come down into, let me go back a little bit. Yeah, I'll do that again. Excuse me. Let me do that again for you. We've come down into here. Okay, and then you go, man, what is this? I don't know what this is. Geez, we're down here. It could go lower and lower, but look at this bullish divergence on the weekly time frame. This could be a liquidity grab. Now, do you buy there? No, you wait for some kind of confirmation. What is that confirmation? Getting back into this area, particularly finding it as support. So then if we get rid of that for you, we'll see, of course, what we did was we had a beautiful move back up. Many people would have taken some trades here. We got back through that zone, so that's the liquidity grab. And then what did we do? We found perfect support back there. Many people would have been taking some longs at around about here, which is around about where I took a long. So you can see very clearly we had a beautiful downtrend line, okay? And then since we posted this bottom, we took the, so not this bottom, excuse me, from that, there we go, it's from that high and that low, my apologies, and we'll get that in there. That's what we wanted. We broke through the downtrend line and we had a bullish change of market structure on the weekly time frame, and now I'm in. So we're through a downtrend line. We're in the zag zone at the moment. It's looking very positive. We're not fully out of the woods yet. I want to see it clear that 35.5 cent mark, so then we can say, on the weekly. We've got a bullish change of market structure on the weekly time frame there. And then once we get through that 50-cent mark, it's pretty much smooth sailing to at least up to that sort of $1.50 mark, I think. So anyway, that's one I'm in. That is AIS. Currently watching it a bit more closely than I am, say, the SILJ or AG, for example, the one I showed you before. Still watching it closely, but when we're through here, I'm pretty much, it's set and forget after that point. That is AIS. Here is ARD, another one I'm currently in. This is Argent Minerals on the Australian Stock Exchange. I won't go into too much detail about this one. The market cap it's a smaller one. It's $38 million, so quite a small one. Operates as a mineral exploration company, which explores silver, lead, and zinc minerals, and it has various projects. It's been around since 2007. I'm very bullish on this one too. It's actually been one of my slower performers. It's just kind of been consolidating for a while, but you can see very clearly here, we've got this previous high of about 28 cents roughly. That was in 2011, right around your April, May, June kind of mark at the top of the last silver bull run. Okay, so when silver spot goes to $50, breaks its previous all-time high from 1980 finally, and then when it starts making triple-digit silver, this is where the price of Argent Minerals was when it was at $50 last time in 2011. Where do you think it's going to go after that when it breaks $50, when silver breaks $50 in US dollar terms? Okay, so positive is that we're out of this support zone. So this resistance zone here has become support so far. That's good. Just still managing it, still watching it. But I got in a little bit early. Okay, I got in around about this kind of 2.2 centy kind of area. It's been just in a bit of a trading range recently. I think I got in around about there on the breakup again through that 2.3 cent mark. So I think it's 2.3 cents that I'm in at currently. I'd have to double check. We just want to see it get through this downtrend line right here. So do something like this, follow that right there. And then when you start breaking and holding above 3.8 cents, chef's kiss, looking very, very good for ARD. And again, because it's a silver stock, I'm just generally bullish on it because of general silver as well. Of course, do your own research on ARD specifically and look at their fundamentals, and you might find it very interesting for you. So, I mean, that just need to see that for ultimate confirmation that the choice was correct. And if it starts breaking down, let's look at the other side of it. If it does start breaking down below around about 1.8 cents, then I might have to consider getting out and taking a small loss on it, because that would be getting back through that resistance zone is not becoming support. Okay, and particularly if you break 1.6 cents, see that on the monthly time frame, if you break through there, then you go, well, hang on, they're not buying higher. So you've really got to wonder what's going on if you start breaking through there. So just watch out for that, but I'm currently bullish on it in the long term. That is ARD. Another one is BML. This is Boab Metals, listed on the Australian Stock Exchange. It does, it does silver and zinc related things, I think, from memory. Engages in the exploration and development of mineral resource properties. It focuses, it's a silver one for sure. And this is it on the monthly time frame. You can see this downtrend line, which has finally been broken as well. So it's looking really, really nice. I'm currently up in my position. It had been kind of faffing around this 20-cent mark for quite a while. I'd been in before this 20-cent mark, and it finally broke up through this downtrend line. So downtrend line looking good. So you might want to consider it yourself. Anything I say here is not financial advice. The big kicker to say, onwards and upwards from here would be breaking through its expected resistance zone from this high and this low. That is sitting at about 50 cents, 49, 50 cents. I would, if you were getting in now, it's good. I mean, it's just broken out. If you're getting in now, you just want to be careful at around about this green zone, again, the zag zone right here, because you are coming up to It's a key area which you will expect some resistance. What we want to see is something like that, maybe back down to here, find support and then through, or something like, something like that. Just muck around in that zone for a little bit and then get through. But clearing that 49-cent mark is absolute brilliant news, okay? But you will have to expect some kind of resistance because you're coming up to some trapped money right here. People who bought in here and went, I'm going to be rich. And then it headed down for a really long time. And when we're talking 2021 here, so some of those people here will be going, and it was previous resistance here. So support became resistance down. These people here, some of them will be getting out here because they hate the game and they're just going to break even, okay? So watch out for resistance in this area, but once we're through there, it is absolute game on. So you've just got to manage it from here, and from there, it's pretty good. I mean, we'll take a look at the previous all-time high. What are we looking at for BML? Let me get rid of you and you for the moment. Previous all-time high is at $7, and we're at 25 cents at the moment. Now, I'm not saying it's going to break its all-time high, but this is $7 back in 2007. Its 2011 high in the peak of the silver market was at around about $1.10. So bare minimum, I think, and look, it's a major resistance level. Look at that. Resistance, 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 resistance. Okay, so watch out for about $1 would be the next major resistance level. If it can break through $1 and do something like that in this next major silver stock bull run, okay, then I would say pretty much clear for like the all-time high, which is a huge gain from there. So manage it until about $1. Watch what it does about there. If it can do something like that, then you're pretty much good for the all-time high. Yeah, that is BML Boab Metals. The next one I'm currently in is Iltani. This is Iltani Resources Limited, I believe, ILT, listed once again on the Australian Stock Exchange. Here is the monthly time frame. Do your own research as to its fundamentals. I'm bullish on it from a fundamental perspective. Also had a great live stream on the masteringthemarkets.com Academy, okay, which it's free to join. There's a paid subscription as well, but Craig Dixon, who is a fundamental analysis guy, did a deep dive on Iltani Resources, and then based on the price action as well, I decided to get in. So very bullish on it on the longer term. We've almost broken out. If we can just close, we broke out here, okay, you can see it's very clear resistance line. Let me just pop it in there. Okay, we're right there right now. And it seems to be about 28 cents is kind of the kicker at the moment. You can see we spiked there in August of 2023. We had a spike just above in April of 2025. And we just spiked above, but we haven't closed any month ever except for back here. Back here since May of 2024 we closed, but it didn't last that long. Okay, so this will be very bullish if we can close September. We've got another 20 or so days to do it above that 28 cent level. I would say really uber bullish if we can close above there. Closing below there, like okay, not preferable, but on the weekly time frame you're still looking really good. So we've had that recent breakout of that downtrend line. Cool, great. A breakout and a retest, no problem. Yeah, okay, that's fine. Breakout, retest it. But at some point, whether it's the following month or the month after, the next month, whatever month you start closing above that 28 cent mark, looking absolutely fantastic. And I can't even really give you a kind of a higher target because, yeah, it's just, I think, kind of the sky's the limit for it, really. When we get further on down the track, when this starts breaking its all-time high, which I'm confident it will, then we'll talk about higher prices. Hit the big red subscribe button to stay updated with that. That's Iltani Resources. The next one I am currently in is SS1 Sun Silver Limited. Been in this for a while. I'm currently up nicely on my position. And again, listed on the Australian Stock Exchange. It has a market cap of 170 million at the moment. And Sun Silver is engaged in the provision of exploration and mining services. It develops the Maverick Springs Silver Project. The company was founded in 2023, located in Perth, Australia. So I'm currently in. It's looking fantastic from this low and this high. It is through its zag zone, so it found exact support right here. Isn't it amazing how Fibonacci works, right? Exact support from this low and this high at the 0.618, the bottom end. If I show you on the daily, I think it was a double bottom. Yeah, we even had a beautiful double bottom reversal pattern right here. Double bottom right there. We're through that zone there. We're holding it as support, looking fantastic at the moment. I'd get concerned if we started breaking back below that 76 cent mark. Start closing days below the 76 mark, and then I would be really considering getting out. That would be bad news. But while we're above here, maybe getting back into here is fine. But around this general area, no problem. Hold as support, and I think we'll be breaking the all-time high. Eventually, let's do some quick blue sky thinking. I actually want to show you the Fibonacci from the high and the low. Again, please understand, anything I tell you here of what I am in does not constitute financial advice. It's just what I'm in, and you do you, or your due diligence and all that kind of stuff. You also have to bear in mind, I've gotten in at lower prices, so buying at these prices, is that the right thing for you to do? Are there other stocks that might be a little bit more like better entry prices? I mean, I think over the longer term, I think we're going to do pretty well anyway. But from this high and this low, let's have a quick look. Yeah, there you go. So you add a key resistance right there at the 0.786. Yeah, exactly lines up perfectly, and that's at the $1 mark. Okay, let's have a look here. We are currently out of the zag zone, which is also fantastic, and we found support there as well. So, geez, mate, it's looking good. See, from that high and that low, that's its expected resistance range. So when you made that low, you needed to get through. And gee, what do you know? It was major resistance at that 87 cent mark. So it was after we posted the double bottom low right here, okay, we came up and tested it exactly as resistance at 86.5 cents. We found support exactly at the bottom end of the zag zone, expected resistance zone, and then we made a play for the all-time high. We didn't make it. We came back down, and then that's where I showed you before. We found that exact bottom at the 0.618 from that low and that high, so perfect Fibonacci support. Just a little bit of resistance here at the dollar mark. As soon as we're through there, I mean, I'm bullish on this anyway, but just as a little, if you want to be extra safe, get through that 0.786 at $1, hold that as support, ignore the pattern and ignore the time frame. It could do it sooner, but yeah, you're going to be breaking all-time high. Let's talk about where we could potentially go up to. I mean, again, I don't know. The sky's the limit for me. The amazing David Bird, aka ASX Trader, who is the head of Mastering the Markets, masteringthemarkets.com, wrote an article not that long ago and said that this next, and this is one of the most perfect phrases I've ever heard, said that this next mining stock boom, particularly for silver and gold, etc., he said, it's like altcoin season for rocks. That is one of the most perfect phrases I've ever heard, because he said, if you've never been involved in, and I haven't been involved in, a silver mining stock or gold mining stock, like absolute bull run, these things can do 10 times, 50 times, 100 times as well. It's like crypto altcoin season, but for rocks. Okay, so I don't know where the highs are, but let's look at a shorter term high, and you could see here at the 1.618, this would be an area of interest for traders and for maybe swing traders as well, at about $1.95. So just keep that in the back of your mind, watch out for about there. But you know what? Over the longer term, this is on the daily time frame. Let's take a look at it on the monthly time frame. If we're going into a commodities super cycle, which is going to span probably at least to the end of the decade, so let's say 5 years, and this is on the monthly time frame, I mean, I could posit seeing higher than your $2 mark. I'll leave it at that. Okay, again, it's an individual stock. It's a smaller cap stock, so do your own due diligence, but that is Sun Silver, looking really good. I'm in that from, a decent price, as I said. And I think the final one that I am currently in in silver mining stocks is USL, Unico Silver Limited, again listed on the Australian Stock Exchange. It is a sort of a mid-cap-ish, I guess. Maybe it's still a small cap. It's 240 million. Look at the price action right now. It's doing brilliantly. Unico Silver engages in, again, exploration development of mineral properties. It's silver-based. That's all you need to know. They have projects including in Santa Cruz, Sierra Leone, operates through Argentina and Australian geographical segments, founded in 2005. This one's been a really great one for me. My entry price was right about here. I think it was about that 23-cent mark. So that's my entry price around about there. It was after we broke out and we found support here. So from this high and this low, you can see very clearly these Fibonacci levels line up really, really well. Isn't it funny how they line up perfectly? What you learn at Mastering the Markets, the year-long comprehensive course, or even their foundational course, is about the power of Fibonacci. Now, I knew about the power of Fibonacci levels way before. I've been charting things for a very long time, but since I'm learning to do it as an absolute pro, it confirmed for me even more the power of Fibonacci. Again, from this high and this low, they just magically happen to go to these areas, right? Here's the area of resistance that you could expect to get. It's the zag zone in the upward direction, and we found exact resistance here at the 37-cent mark. Did we find, what kind of support did we find? I'm just showing you the power of all this. All right, and then if I take it from this low and this high, right there, this little high, when we made it there, we got into the zag zone right there, and now we've just been breaking out. So it's looking absolutely amazing for Unico Silver. We've got a little bit of an area here to watch out for. That's at 57 cents, but I'm just bullish on the long term. We finally broke out. If you look on the daily, excuse me, daily time frame, brilliant. Look, we broke out of the zag zone, and right there we've come back. We broke out, we've retested it. On the daily, you can see a little bit further in, double bottom right there, a little bit of a fake out. We went back into there once, twice, broke out, which is really good. And yeah, it's looking good. Number will go up, number will go down. Okay, of course, nothing goes in a straight line, etc. But I am very bullish on USL as well. Again, it's an individual stock. Something can happen to the individual company. What has something, a scandal, this, that, who knows, right? Because it's an individual stock. But if nothing else changes and, silver spot's going to $50, silver spot's going to $100, etc., you're going to see silver stocks such as these ones do very, very well. I'm very bullish on it. I believe over time, again, number go up, number go down. You could come back into this area as long as you find support here, preferably at that 36-cent mark. I think we'll break the all-time high. The next major level to watch out for would be at around about $5-ish, $5.20, $5.25. Am I saying it's going to there for sure before it's done and dusted? No. Am I saying it will only stay there? It won't get higher than there? No, I don't know, because we'll be in silver discovery, we'll be in price discovery. But yeah, it'll be a major area of interest for major traders again, because it's the 1.618 from this high and this low using the logarithmic scale. Okay, so watch out for that over the longer term. On the monthly time frame, it's starting to get into extremely overbought territory. So yeah, just watch out for there. I think it's going to break the all-time high. So anywhere between there and there is definite fair game for USL. So that's everything that I'm currently in at the moment. There's two that I'm watching. One is a silver stock that I'm watching. Now, what I'd love you to do, please post a comment below of other silver stocks that you're currently watching that I'm not in or that I'm not even watching. And then I'll hopefully do a chart request for you. So tell me what you're watching at the moment or that you're in. If it's differing to my list, then I might take a look at it and show it to you on the show on Good Morning Stackers. I'm currently looking at Where are we? This one right here. This is MTH, once again listed on the Australian Stock Exchange. This is Mithril Silver and Gold Limited. Okay, there's a smallish cap. Okay, so it's 114 million. Mithril Gold and Silver engages in the exploration and development of mineral properties, holds interests in a few different projects. Okay, so Mithril Gold and Silver. If you take a look at it on the monthly time frame, we've got a lot of stuff going on here. It has almost posted a higher high on the monthly time frame. Okay, we're nearly there. Not out of the woods just yet, but I will say let's have a look on the volume. So the volume's looking nice, okay, on the OBV. It's been beautiful volume just recently. Okay, let me just go back to the price action. Ignore this all-time high, because this goes back to 2000. I'm not saying ignore it, but I'm not saying it's going back to this price, okay? The all-time high from Mithril, Silver and Gold was 580 Australian dollars. Okay, now this was back in 2003. Since then, it's been as low as 9 cents. Okay, so please understand, I am not saying it's going back to $580. Now, that would be amazing, right? But now, on balance of probability, probably not, but you've got some decent moves along the way. We had this move up in September of 2020, and that's at $5.50. I think that's the main one to probably watch out for. Okay, you had a beautiful move from 9 cents up to nearly 90 cents. No, yeah, 9 cents to nearly 90 cents at 80 cents. This was back in September of 2024. Something happened, some kind of news, I don't know, but here's some great news. You're up out of its support zone. So let me get rid of all that for you. But I will show you, because you want to know this particularly. Let me just get rid of it so you can see it a little bit better. Not that one, and that one for the moment. There we go. Beautiful. So you can see that it's broken out of its previous resistance range, resistance zone. So we had this move down here that was at 40 cents. Then we went up to that sort of $5.50, finally broke down. And now in September, we had that move. Now, it was a pretty quick consolidation on the monthly time frame. Did we find support at a beautiful level? Exact support, basically, right there at the golden pocket, the zag zone. So again, between the 0.618 and the 0.382, we came down to test beautiful. Now this is great. Okay, now this is actually a non-failure swing pattern, and it's the most bullish of the reversal patterns. So I'm really gung-ho on this. I just need to see confirmation. Okay, I'm watching it on the monthly. I'm thinking about going into the smaller time frames and getting in on a smaller time frame, but I'm just hawking it at the moment, watching it. So again, from that low and that high, beautiful support. We're back out of it, okay, and we're nearly there. Now, what do I mean by non-failure swing pattern? I've got all this drawn in here. This one, that one, and that one in particular. So I'll get rid of you, and yeah, you I will get rid of. So a non-failure swing pattern is where you're in a downtrend. Now, this works in the opposite way as well, but I'll just show you in a downtrend. It is where you're in a massive downtrend. So, okay, so lower highs, lower lows, equal or lower highs, lower lows. Now what it does is the following. Now this actually might be technically might be a double bottom pattern, but some might say, no, actually, technically it's a lower low. On the monthly time frame, it is a lower low because we spiked down. So this is a non-failure swing pattern where you have you're in a downtrend, right? Lower highs, lower lows, etc. So again, another lower high, a lower low technically, because we did break through there. That's the lower low. That's the liquidity grab, again, on the monthly time frame. Then what's the first thing that it did? Instead of posting another lower low, then doing a higher low, higher than there, and then breaking through. That's a bullish pattern. That's called a failure swing pattern. That's bullish, okay? Do something like that. So lower high, lower than that, higher low, higher than that, then break through that area, that's really good. That's a failure swing pattern. But here's what MTH did. It made a higher high first. Okay, so there's obviously, again, some kind of news there. So it went higher high, then a lower high. Then once you break here, it is game on for MTH. So that's the level I'm looking at. That's at around about, technically it is 81 cents. If when it starts closing a month above 81 cents, you're now forming a beautiful non-failure swing, higher high first, lower high, break that. That is a very, very bullish. It's the most bullish change of market structure pattern. So then on the monthly time frame, you're now making successive higher highs and higher lows on the monthly time frame. That's the ultimate bullish reversal. Okay. Again, I'll be in for sure on a break of that 81 cent mark, preferably closing a month above it, but I am hawking it a little bit closely as well. I might see if there's any sort of more bullish indication on the shorter term timeframes. And you can actually see on the daily time frame, we are now back in, on the daily at least, a bullish market structure, because we are now making higher highs, higher lows, higher highs. If we form a low around about here and we break here, I'm almost tempted to get in a little bit earlier. So yeah, on the daily time frame, I'm looking a little bit I'm looking at a smaller time frame entry, so I can get in a little bit better. Okay, a little bit of a better price from this low and this high. We are currently in the zag zone. Okay, so that's good, as long as we don't close through there. So we're getting into the zag zone right now. If we bounce off here, that is very bullish. If we bounce off there, we find support where we are kind of finding support, and then we break up through there, very bullish. We can get anywhere into here or anywhere into here, no lower than, don't break through 55.5 cents. You don't want to start closing days below there, because that just signals a decent amount of weakness. Okay, as long as we bounce off here, close through there. So that's what I'm kind of looking at, the 73 cent mark. I'll probably take a position there on a break of there, and then I'll watch it until we get to that 81 cent mark. And once we're at that 81 cent mark and we close a month above it, oh, it's looking really, really good. And then what kind of prices are we talking? Okay, let's just talk potential higher prices for the moment. We have to take it from the previous major monthly high, and the previous major monthly high is at that $5.50 mark from here. Okay, so from this high and that low, now you've got the expected resistance range. Okay, and we are in it at the moment. So let's see, from there and there. So you are in it at the moment. So you've got to watch out. You've got to kind of manage this until around about $1.17. Okay, but bear in mind, this is on the monthly time frame. Even that's a decent move. So even if you buy here, even if you buy on a monthly close above 81 cents, and you got out at the top end of the zag zone as a trader, now this is not as a silver investor, this is as a trader. Okay, you're actually still making a nice little 40% move. So that's as a trader, but we're silver investors here. This is what we're talking about. That's a beautiful confirmation that we're going to continue onwards and upwards if we break out of that $1.17 mark. So actually through there, you're actually at the next level. I mean, you'd have to kind of do this next one here. And the next major zone is actually between where we are now at 69 cents at around about $2.37. And that actually lines up perfectly with that resistance zone that I have drawn in there. So can you see that red resistance zone? Yeah, right there. So that's the major area I would be watching out for at around about $2.20. And that's a current, what's that from here? I'm not saying buy here, but if you buy here, that's a lovely 170% move. You would expect some major resistance here again because of the trapped money. Major support here. Okay, people buying in here thinking they're going to be gajillionaires. Then they've been sitting on it for a really long time, like 7 years, and then they get out here. So watch out for major resistance here. But kind of, I mean, honestly, in a silver bull run, you could get to the next one. You could take to the next one. So, yeah, I mean, I'm not saying it's getting all the way back up here to $580, but, you know, somewhere in this area here, that $2 mark, if you did start breaking above $5.50, that previous one, that is, then I could say, I could honestly say, if you broke above that $5.50 mark and started holding it as support, okay, then I'd actually say, well, geez, you could easily get up to like $60. Okay, easy, right? Again, 580, probably not, but, you know, stranger things have happened in the big city. And again, like that whole altcoin season for rocks thing, you never know. But as an investor, yeah, I'm really looking for that break and hold of that 81 cent mark. That's one I'm currently hawking very closely, MTH. And finally, I have a bonus for you, okay? The bonus one, I'll double check what was my bonus. It was, yes, WC8. Okay, I'm going to show you WC8. Now, this is not silver related. It's actually a gold and lithium miner, but I wanted to give you a little bonus here. It's not silver related. You know, don't hate me, but I am in gold miners, etc. as well. I'm in lithium plays also. I just wanted to show you this one. It's looking quite nice from a price perspective. I think it's almost ready to break out. Okay, so just keep this one in the back of your mind. It might even, for me, the time is 2 minutes to 10 o'clock, so the market is opening in 2 minutes. And I'm actually waiting for, on the daily time frame, I need to see this break and hold right here at around about 21 cents. Okay, so it's a gold and lithium play. It's $270 million market cap. And I'll just read a little bit about it. Wildcat Resources is a mineral exploration company, focuses on the discovery of gold and lithium. It operates through the Lithium Project and Gold Project. Lithium Project includes a bunch of different lithium mines and a bunch in the Pilbara region. Okay, so if you know about Pilbara, very big for lithium, etc. And, you know, it's a gold miner as well. So I'm hawking that at the moment. My confirmation will be breaking and holding about 21.5 cents. If we can do that and hold that for the day, I'm probably going to be in on that one. So that's just a little bonus round. That is WC8 Wildcat Resources from this high and this low. The reason why I'm currently hawking it is for a couple of reasons. Actually, a whole bunch of reasons. If you can see, this downtrend line has been broken. See this here? This is a descending wedge as well. So that generally indicates bullish momentum. It has broken out as well. You can see from this high and this low, we are at the expected resistance range, the zag zone. So between there and right there, we're sitting at it right now. If I pop that in green for you, you can see that a little bit better. So right in the zag zone, so breaking out of the zag zone from this high and this low, it's also breaking out of a key support range as well. So round about that 21.5 cent mark is the absolute kicker for me. And I think the market has just opened. So perfect timing. I'm going to go check what this actual WC8 stock has done. And I'll actually let you know how it's tracking afterwards via well, I will let you know. I mean, this is, again, it's not a silver play, but I will let you know what's going on with this one. I'll keep you updated. Of course, hit the big red subscribe button to join the GMS family, but I will keep you, I'll let everyone know on the Silver Investor Club as well. So one more plug. I'll do a quick plug for the Silver Investor Club. If you are into investing in physical silver, if you are into investing in silver stocks, this is the Silver Investor Club. It is a private club for new and veteran silver investors. That's physical silver, silver-related assets like stocks. So what do you get? There's 97 members currently. It is currently free to join. It will not be free forever, so do join. There are exclusive bullion deals. We do live stream hangouts where bullion dealers such as Ricky from Perth Bullion Exchange, perthbullion.com, the best bullion dealer in all of Australia. 20 or more items in your shopping cart, you get free shipping. But Ricky from Perth Bullion Exchange joins us on the weekly live stream hangout, and he has an exclusive silver bullion deal for members only. Can't get it anywhere else. This week's one coming is very nice. Okay, I'll just let you know. We're doing silver giveaways, of course, regular price analysis, Q&A. If you want to ask veteran investors in silver about the tips and tricks, or you can ask me, there's a very lively community here of new investors in silver, new stackers, veteran investors in silver like me. I've been in silver since 2010. So you can learn from the veterans and you can get to know all your new stackers, right? It's a very lively community, live stream hangouts and more. So if you go check it out, it is completely free to join. I'll put a link somewhere below, and I have another membership request pending right now. I will start charging at some point. I'm just trying to prove this new community, prove the value to you. The Hangout number 2 and Silver Special is happening Friday morning at 9:30 a.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. We had like 20-something people on the live stream Hangout the first time around. Might be more this time. And again, Ricky will join us from Perth Bullion Exchange, a Silver Bullion special coming. It's so much more happening. This is a brand new community that I've started. Head over there. It's private. You want to join. Be with like-minded people of like-minded silver investors. Okay, Silver Investor Club. I'll put a link somewhere below. And of course, as I said before, go and buy from Perth Bullion Exchange, perthbullion.com.au. That has been the silver stocks that I'm currently invested in and the ones I'm watching, and you got that bonus as well. Please hit the big red subscribe button on YouTube and join me for a synchronized slurp at the end of every show, and I go live on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and we do it at the start of every show, of the live show. That's where you have a tasty beverage. I have my tasty beverage. We slurp them synchronously together. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. It's the slurp heard around the world. My name is Joe Main. Thanks for watching. Stay safe, stay informed, keep stacking whatever you're stacking. I'll see you soon.